Innovation Cycling. I recently invited Paul Swift, owner of Bicycle Fit Systems, to stop in and bring us up to speed on professional bike fitting. Paul was gold medalist at the Goodwill Games, an 8-time U.S. national champion, and was on the U.S. national cycling team from 1983 to 1997. He's also a good friend and one of my bike and wheel testers. The purpose of this presentation is to give you a quick and easy way to fit your bike. A good fit will result in a ride that is not only more efficient, but more importantly, more comfortable. There are no tools required other than access to a trainer to hold your bike. This is not meant to be a substitute for a professional fit, but if you get into the positions mentioned in this presentation, you'll be better fit than 95% of people riding bikes. I hope you enjoy the presentation.
Hi everyone, Paul Swift here at Bike Fit Systems, and I'm here with John from Nuvation, and he's looking at his new road bike. One of the questions we get when we get a new road bike is, where do we put that seat? And so what I'm going to show you is what to do off the bike before you jump on the bike. You want to get that seat height so that around waist level or just a little below. What you don't want to do is when you get a brand new bike, put the seat way down here. See how far below the waist it is? That's not where you want to start. Or the other way around is, you wouldn't put it way above the waist height, the waistline. You want to get it just kind of close. Now, this is a good place to start when you go on the trainer stand. Snug it up where you can reach the pedals. And once we get in the trainer stand, we're going to show you how to fine-tune that even more. Okay, Paul here again with John. And when we're looking at seat height on the bike, we want to do the fine-tuning. We already get the bike down in the position of standing next to it. We put it on a trainer stand, and we want to set up, fine-tune that height a little bit more. There'll be 3 scenarios. It'll be right on, it'll be too low, or too high. So we're going to look at one scenario here. So if you just let your feet hang, and right now his foot is hitting the pedal. So when he brings the ball to put on, it's a little too much knee bend pedal force here. And what we want to shoot for is we actually want the heel to scrape the pedal, so when he puts the ball to put on, it gets a little less bent. So again, let's stop one more time and try that again. Let the feet hang to the side. You see this? The foot is lower than the pedal. That's a little bit too low. So when we're looking for heel scrape, we want to make sure that the heel scrapes the pedal. And we go right here, you can see the heel is below. So when he puts the foot on the pedal, that's going to put too much knee bend. Okay, now we're going to look at another scenario where the seat height is too high. How do we know that? We're going to have John take his feet off the pedals, straight up and down. We're going to go for that heel scrape. And look, see the heel? It's above the pedal. So when he tries to put the ball and foot on the pedal, it's little to almost no knee bend in pedal force. This scenario with no knee bend is way too tall. And when the saddle's too tall, see the heel? You want to have a heel scrape on the pedal. There's too much distance between the pedal here. So you can barely get the ball, the foot on the pedal, and it doesn't give enough knee bend. He almost has a straight knee bend in this position. So this is saddle too tall. And finally, when it comes to seat height, when we get that heel just to scrape the pedal, let's try it now with John here. The heel's just scraping that pedal. So when he puts the ball, the foot onto the pedal, see how that bend comes into the knee pedal force? This is one of the best ways to set seat height on your own without any tools. This doesn't replace a professional bike fit, but it gets you going in a pretty good place. So when we're looking for seat height, we want to have like a heel scrape. See how the heel just scrapes that pedal? And then if he brings the ball to foot, that puts a nice bend in the knee, and this is one of the best ways to get seat height without any tools. Okay, once we have the seat height in a pretty good position, we want to take a look at seat fore-aft position, how far forward and how far back. Now, at home, just kind of grab something with a straight edge, maybe your frame pump. Okay, pedal and then have you stop at around 3 o'clock with the crank snug. Let's go 1 revolution here. And we want to hold this up just right about where the kneecap is. And we want it to be this in the center of the pedal spindle. So you see right now the knee way behind this pedal spindle. That's a little bit too far back. So we're talking saddle fore-aft position. What do we mean? Fore-aft means we can slide the seat forward and we can slide the seat back. That's aft and forward. And this is what we're talking about when we say saddle fore-aft. You're going to be doing this adjustment. Once we adjust the seat forward and back, we want to check again, and we want to track this knee to be right over the pedal spindle. We can hold up our straight edge of palm right here. This is kind of through the kneecap. It's right over the center of the pedal spindle. This is a good place to start with your forearm position. When trying to set the saddle forearm position, the other one is if you're too far forward. We don't want to do that. What would that look like? Well, if we have our straight edge here, kind of cutting through the knee, right through the knee there, and then the foot group really far ahead of the center of the pedal spindle. That's a little too far forward. Paul here again with John. We're now moving to the upper body. How do we know how long your stem should be or the reach of the handlebars? Well, one of the things we want to look for is this angle here. When this angle is less than 90 degrees, that usually means it's a little too short. We're trying to set then the upper body. How long? How far out should our hands be? How long should the stem be? One of the things we want to look for is usually ideal is this angle here and this angle here being close to 90. And you just kind of use your eyeball. You can see if that's shorter than 90 or more than 90. Right now this is about 90, and if John looks forward, that looks pretty good for going down the road. Another scenario where, hey, how long should the stem be, and it's probably not quite right, is when you see this angle here and this angle here being more than 90 degrees. You can also see your shoulders are scrunching forward. Your shoulders are scrunching forward and you're reaching way out, and this is more than 90 degrees. This is a good sign the stem is probably too long. Okay, once you have the seat in a pretty good position, and you have the stem length kind of about right, you want to look at more specific, like the handlebar connection. And here you can see actually this kind of wrist is bending downward. Sit up for us for a second, John. You see, this is pretty traditional as well. This handlebar being flat like that. Put your hand back there again. Look how the wrist has to extend downward to meet the handlebar. A lot of people find this to be uncomfortable, but they don't think, can I move that or adjust that? Here's something really cool. Just take your wrench, loosen up the stem, rotate that up a little bit. In essence, we want to bring this up to meet your hand so it doesn't have to extend forward. John, put your hands on there now. Look at that. We have a little, this more of a straighter neutral wrist position. A lot of people find this much more comfortable.
Hi, this is John at Nuvation again, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation. You may be surprised at how much more comfortable you are with only a few changes in your bike position. Have a nice ride.